The fact that we can share styles and clothing and food
Right.
is a very beautiful thing to
Right,
be celebrated.
but sharing and then having somebody else get credit for it. See, that's what the issue is. The issue is I've done my homework and you're going to copy it and the teacher's going to praise you for doing the homework. That's what cultural appropriation is.
Okay, well, Will Witt is a
That's what
former
it's about.
Prager University personality and current editor-in-chief at the Florida Standard. Now, he joins us virtually. Will, what prompted you to make that video?
Well, really, I made that video to prove anti-white ivory tower professors like the one in your studio wrong. I mean, this video and the others that I've made like it with Native Americans, with Mexicans, with the Chinese you just watched are irrefutable evidence that people like that professor are exactly wrong on cultural appropriation. And if we want to go back and we want to talk about the hairstyles and things, just bringing this up, I mean, I've seen people get offended by braids and say, oh, you know, braids are a black people thing and white people can't wear braids. It's called a Dutch braid. It was from back in Nordic times, old Nordic times, with white people, with Vikings, would wear braids, yet people want to come and claim that it's some part of their culture now. No, you can't claim that something is just a part of your culture either. It's for people to share and celebrate and use so you can actually have a society that is cohesive and works together as a melting pot, not all these different groups that can't work together because everyone's so offended. The only people who are actually offended by cultural appropriation don't really have anything else of meaning going on in their lives, it seems.
Yeah.
Well, that's rich.
You say people who get offended by
rich.
cultural appropriation are people mostly not from that culture. Has that been your experience, whatever the culture was?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, one of the most important videos that I ever did with PragerU is when I went to the Navajo Indian Reservation in Window Rock, Arizona. And all of these Navajos that I talked to didn't want other people to get offended for them on their behalf. They wanted to feel responsible for their own culture. They didn't want someone coming and, for lack of a better word, white knighting them and saying, hey, we need to come here and save you. You know, all these people wearing headdresses and things or a feather in their hair, we need to come and save you. They didn't want that. They wanted people to come and say Geronimo. They wanted planes named the Apache helicopter. They wanted the Washington Redskins as their sports team to celebrate their culture. They didn't want other people getting offended on their behalf. It's a thing created by elitist white people who don't really ever talk to these people in these cultures.